to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ow. Thank you so much. God, this pissed me off. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about nursing school. Some truths that I think a lot of people may not talk about. Things that I went through that I feel like I can share with you guys, and some of you guys may understand. First of all, talk about how I got into nursing school, like the GPA, the path I took, the classes I took, and kind of like my story of how I got into nursing school, and also some of the struggles that I went through, because just because I applied to nursing school doesn't mean I got in the very first time. That was not the case for me. But before we get into the video, I'm Brittney. I make videos, just kind of lifestyle videos. So if you're into that, if you're into nursing school videos, if you're into vlogs, if you're into like makeup and just a little bit of everything, be sure to hit the subscribe button and let's get right into it. Usually get a lot of questions like kind of on my social media platforms. So be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link somewhere, and Snapchats and all that good stuff. So I've gotten asked before how hard was it to get into nursing school, and I've also gotten asked if I got in the first time I applied. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy to get in. And second, no, I did not get into nursing school the first time I applied. So I'm gonna go over kind of the schools that I applied to, how they accept their students. And I'm also gonna kind of go over the path I took and the classes I took and everything that was kind of done when I applied to nursing school. One school that I applied to had 2 application periods, so you can apply in the spring and then you can apply for fall. So that's how that one worked. And then the other school I applied to only had 1 application per year. By the way, I'm in the state of California, so I don't know how other states kind of work. Every state is very different. So anyway, they went by a ranking system. The schools used to do a lottery-based system, but they kind of got rid of that, and now they're doing like ranking. And I think what that does is it kind of it makes their students a little bit more competitive, simply because they get more points the higher their grades are, the higher the test scores, things. So you kind of wanted to be the best of the best, and you wanted to be very competitive. So the way I did it was I completed like all the science courses for nursing. So you need like anatomy and physiology 1, anatomy and physiology 2. We needed chemistry, so like intro or like fundamentals. We needed microbiology, and you also needed to have like your college level math done, and also your college level English done. Also, let's see. So yeah, so that's what I did. So also for those classes, there are prerequisites for those classes. So in order to take like anatomy and physiology 2, you need to take anatomy and physiology 1, and you needed to take another chemistry. So usually it was 2 classes that you needed to take before being able to take like a higher science class. So I finished, while I was finishing all of my sciences, and just so you know, it takes at least 1.5 to 2 years to complete just the prerequisites alone. So I figured while I was taking those classes, I wanted to take the rest of my general ed classes. So those are classes that you need to graduate with an associate's degree or to transfer out to a university. So I was taking all of those courses. And honestly, like in my general ed courses, I think I got like a 3.6 GPA. It was alright, but they really didn't rank you on those. They ranked you on the prerequisites. And in my prerequisites, which are the sciences, my math, and my English, I believe my GPA was like a 3.8 because I only got 1 B in all of my sciences, and that's that to this day. I still kick myself over it, but it really isn't that big of a deal. And I wasn't the best at math, so I was always getting tutoring. I was always in the tutoring center getting help, and honestly that saved me. Overall, I enjoyed learning about the body. I enjoyed learning about everything, and all of these classes have labs, so you take like a lecture and then you take a lab. When I was finishing up my last 2 science courses, I went ahead and took the TEAS test. The TEAS test is also something they rank you on. So that is I forget what it stands for, but I'll put it down below. And you need this in California. I don't know how it is in other states, but you need to take this test, and you need to take this test in order to get into a nursing program. You had to get a 65 or above, and you were okay. but the higher score you got on that test, the more points you accumulated. So it only made sense to try and get as much as you can. I think I scored, honestly, my very first time taking it, I think I only studied for like 2 weeks, and I got in the low 80s. Then I retook it maybe like a month later, and I got like mid 80s. However, I felt like that test, I took the T's version 5. I know there's another updated version. On my test, there was like earth science stuff that I was like, wait, I don't even know what's. I went ahead and submitted those scores when I applied. And then they also ranked you on whether or not you were bilingual, like in Spanish or Tagalog or some other language. They also ranked you on experience, if you had experience in the medical field, and some of you may or may not know, but I do have experience in the medical field. So also they ranked you on if you had additional degrees, and a lot of the people that I was kind of competing against or was going up against were people that were doing like career, they had their bachelor's, some had their master's, and a lot of people were just applying. So I was like, oh my goodness. Also ranked you on, like, you got some extra points depending on your life circumstances. So if you were like a first-generation college student, or if you were in the military, or if you had some kind of financial need, you did get like 5 more points or something. And I am a first-generation college student, so I automatically got those points. That is what the ranking system was, and that was how I started taking my classes. So I started taking my general ed courses, kind of like humanities, psychology. I took like intro to art, which I was not that great at. And that's when I had Nate. Nate was really little, so I had a job within itself already. I was a parent. So in 2015, that's when I submitted my first nursing school application. I was like, okay, let's do this. I gathered all my little, documents, submitted my application. And maybe like a month after I submitted my application, I get a letter stating that I got rejected. I felt like crap, and I called and I was like, what happened? And she said that somehow some transcripts or something within like the documentation process didn't go through, and I told her I had them, but she said they already picked their spots. And I was like, what? Like, I thought I did everything on time, but there was no going around it. When you get rejected, whether it be like school or at work or even like just in life, you get rejected, like say the love of your life says, I don't love you back. You feel like shit, you feel like you're not smart enough. You feel like you're not good enough. As dumb as it may sound, I cried. I was like, wow, like, this can't be happening. Like, this is my goal, how can this be happening? Like, what am I gonna do now? I went ahead and applied for the LVN program. That was like a few months later, and I did get accepted into the LVN program, but I declined the spot because I had high expectations for myself. And that's not to say that it's wrong to go into the LVN program, not at all. I kind of look back and like wish, like, oh, maybe I should have done it. But I had Nate at the time, and I already took all these classes, and I was like, you know what, I really want to get my bachelor's degree then. So I kind of started thinking different. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. So I told you guys the first school I applied to had 2 application periods, so I got rejected the first time, and then I applied again, that second application period. And you usually find out like a few months after whether or not you got accepted, and sure enough, I got accepted into the RN program. However, at that point, I was pregnant with Kira. So the semester I was going to start, I was expected to give birth. I didn't want to have like that break in the middle of my schooling, especially the nursing program. I really wanted to give it my best. I declined the spot as well, because I was like, you know what, no, like, I don't want to have to go back and not spend time with my baby. So then that's when I kind of shifted a little bit. I kind of turned away from nursing, and I was like, maybe I can be a nurse later on. But I really want to do speech therapy, because the job that I had worked very closely with them, and I saw what they did, and I really enjoyed it. So then that's when I had Kira. I had my stable job, and that's when I was like, you know what, I'll just take some time off. I took a little bit of time off to spend with Kira, and that's when it was like 2016. I applied to another school. I was like, okay, 2 years later, after all this getting rejected and then getting pregnant, life happening and all that, I decided I would apply to a nursing program one more time. And if they accepted me, I was like, okay, then this is my path in life, right? So I applied and I got accepted the first time. I actually vlogged it. I don't know which vlog it is. I can probably link it down below, but it's toward the end that I found out I got an email. And it was like, congratulations. Like, I read the headline, or like the very, you know, when you check your emails, you can see like that very first sentence and it said congratulations. I was like, oh my gosh, I got in. So that's when I had to make some more important decisions, because I had a job. It was an excellent job, like one that people don't leave, one that people stay in, and you get a retirement, you have your pension, you start accumulating all that stuff, and the benefits are amazing. Thankfully, Mikey has an excellent job and he's able to, you know, provide for us in that aspect. So because I knew he had that, I was like, you know what, this is my time. This is my time to shine. So I went ahead, I accepted the, you know, spot, and then I had already left my job. I gave them, you know, a notice and all that. And now, now I'm here. Now I'm going into 3rd semester in August, and I'm going into like more of the critical care nursing and more of the intense stuff. So I'm a little nervous, but yeah. So that is how my nursing school path led me to where I'm at now. So I just want to kind of tell you guys this kind of like the overall message. Don't give up, okay? I know there are a lot of people that get declined, or they get rejected from nursing school, or they get rejected from a job, and this can be in any aspect of life, but don't give up. If you feel in your heart that it's something that you really want to do and you can accomplish, then you will do it. Sometimes things happen at a certain time. Like, had I gotten into the program probably that first time I applied in 2015, I would not have wanted to have another child. I would have been like, no, I'm in school. So I would have not thought to get pregnant again. You know, I would have been doing everything I could to like stop and make sure that I was careful, and I wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have, you know, I wouldn't be enjoying my second child had I got accepted into nursing school the first time, because I would have not thought about that. I would have just been so focused on school. So now I am so blessed with everything I have in life, and I just kept trying. So sometimes it's just a matter of how much determination and how much you want it, because you will get rejected in life. I don't care who you are. There will always be a time where you feel like, what? Like, I got told no, and it really sucks. It really sucks. But I think that builds character, and it also kind of changes you as a person. It makes you really embrace and be grateful for what you have. So, yeah. So make sure you guys comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story and my little path of how I got into nursing school. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.